he's a much less net for him. So that's the situation. Now, what you don't hear about enough is because, once again, we're disguising performance deals as NIL, there's no transparency on what guys are getting paid. Nobody knows what anybody's getting paid, okay? You might hear that so-and-so is getting paid something, but if you're watching the bottom line on ESPN and you see that an athlete went from the Eagles to the Commanders, you're going to see what that transaction was valued at. When you're on the bottom line on ESPN and you see a player went from Tennessee to UCLA, they might try to put it on there, but you don't know for sure that that's even real. And so when parents get involved, especially at the beginning of an athlete's paid career, it's very dangerous because parents aren't agents and they don't have a national network to really understand the value of their son. And so Nico's dad thought his son was already getting 2.4. He'd probably get more than that and playing a better offense. But because Nico wasn't represented by CAA or one of the big agencies who could easily survey the big schools and find out, hey, I think I could get him this over here. You might be able to get that over there. They got this offense. They got that offense. They got these offensive linemen, so that might be better. Couldn't do any of that because it's his dad. And so that was the hole, in my opinion, in the situation. And you heard me earlier say some things about how agents need more accountability, they need regulation, certification. But when you're a quarterback at Tennessee, you can get the big boys like CAA and Wasserman and WME and Octagon, the big agencies that represent all the best pro athletes. You can get them to represent you, and they can help you figure this situation out if you're wanting to do it. So I think that was a big hole. And I do think it's great that parents, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, are getting involved representing their sons. But in the pros, there's a players association. I'm not trying to plug what I'm doing in college, but there's a players association in the pros that can protect those parents and make sure they're making the right decision. And most of the time, that parent is doing it on the second or third contract for the athlete, not at the beginning, especially not in college. And so it's just really dangerous because as a parent, you think your son, especially if he's the quarterback at Tennessee, is a huge star and can go anywhere and make more money. But you're not looking at it objective sometimes, and you also don't have the network to find out what the value really is.
That's excellent. Let's give Jim a round of applause for that feedback.